I'm Grace Costantino, the Outreach and Communication Manager for the Biodiversity Heritage Library, or BHL. Today, I'm going to present my research and recommendations for enhancing our assessment of and progress towards business objectives using web analytics. So first, let's ground our discussion with an organizational overview. BHL is an open-access digital library for biodiversity literature. The BHL website at biodiversitylibrary.org exists to support science and conservation by providing free access to over 190,000 natural history ebooks, along with tools and services, most notably application programming interfaces or APIs, that help researchers find and reuse data. All BHL content and services are completely free and open for reuse. The organization operates as a consortium of libraries around the world. BHL day-to-day operations are managed by a secretariat of 4 staff members at the Smithsonian and an executive committee of 3 elected representatives from BHL member libraries oversees key strategic decisions. Our target customers are biological scientists and librarians, and our internet marketing activities include social media, email marketing, and search engine optimization. We use Google Analytics as our web analytics vendor. Now, another point of interest for this presentation is that this year we are revising our strategic plan. Thus, it is the perfect opportunity to integrate a culture of metrics that values data-driven decision-making. A web analytics framework is integral to a data-driven decision-making process. As you can see from the example I've created and presented on this slide, this framework aligns key performance indicators or metrics and associated targets with business objectives and goals. This framework defines what success looks like for each business objective, and our KPIs reveal how well we're achieving our objectives. Analysis of these KPIs reveals areas that need improvement and allows us to target limited resources appropriately. This framework utilizes clickstream data. Within it, we also focus on outcomes through our critical few KPIs that reveal whether our website, at its most fundamental level, is succeeding. So, to dig into this framework a little more, let's dive into that critical few outcome KPIs angle. Our critical few outcome KPIs focus on the macro conversions, or the primary objectives that we have for users on our site. As stated during the organizational overview, our primary purpose is to provide access to ebooks and the data they contain. Additionally, since BHL content and services are free, we rely heavily on donations to continue operations. Thus, our macro conversions are ebook views, data access via application programming interfaces or APIs, and donations. And as you can see from the framework, these conversions are measured with the KPIs of ebook conversion rate, number of API calls, and website donation conversion rate. When analyzing these KPIs, we'll look for insights that can help us improve their performance. For example, we could segment the data to reveal which marketing channels are most effective at driving converting traffic, and then focus resources on these channels. While analyzing macro conversions, it's also important to define and track our micro conversions, or the smaller actions that users can take on our site. For BHL, these are online subscriptions to the mailing list, social shares of BHL content via website sharing buttons, API key registrations, and blog subscriptions. These actions provide BHL with opportunities to build brand awareness and maintain touch points with users that may inspire future macro conversions. Now, gathering and analyzing clickstream data with a focus on outcomes is only part of the Web Analytics 2.0 package that Avanish Kaushik outlines in his Web Analytics 2.0 book. To gain actionable insights that can drive continual customer-centric improvements, we must also focus on experimentation and testing, voice of customer, and competitive intelligence. Now, traditionally, these are not really areas that BHL has devoted many resources to, so what I'm going to do is present a couple of ideas that we could implement to begin our journey into these areas. For instance, we can use quantitative testing to help us optimize our website for our macro conversions. Since we're new to testing, I would suggest that we use the A/B model, which is fairly straightforward and less resource intensive than other quantitative testing techniques like multivariate testing. With A/B testing, different versions of a web page are delivered to a percentage of website visitors, and the version that delivers the desired outcome is deemed the winner. Specifically, of our 3 macro conversions, our donation conversion rate needs the most help, so I suggest that we design a test that can help us improve this KPI. We can also use the free Google Content Experiments tool to conduct this test. So for this test, I suggest that we create a second version of our donation page that includes a testimonial from a user that shows BHL's impact on science. My hypothesis is that these testimonials will show the impact that an overall donation will have on science and thus will inspire more donations. For the test, we'll direct 50% of our traffic to the original page and 50% to this alternate page, and the version that delivers the highest donation conversion rate will be the winner and will be used for ongoing page design. So that's quantitative testing. Qualitative testing can help us hone in on the voice of customer aspects of Web Analytics 2.0. Towards this end, I suggest we use an on-site survey to help us get feedback from our users on how well BHL is supporting their needs. We can implement an on-exit survey using the free 4Q tool from iPerceptions that asks visitors 3 questions. It'll ask them to indicate the purpose of their website visit, whether they successfully completed their task, and if not, why they were unable to do so. These results can provide us with specific ideas on how to improve our website. Insight into user needs can be used to prioritize future technical developments. It is also important to see our performance in context with our competitors to truly understand the health of our organization and to identify marketing strategies that can help us gain the upper hand on our competitors. For BHL, for example, we might want to see how we're performing in relation to competitors regarding organic search, which is BHL's top acquisition channel, accounting for 55% of 2016 traffic. So it is a very important channel for our website success. By using the CI tool Site Analyzer, I was able to determine important keywords that describe our key services for which our competitors are ranking more highly. We can then try to optimize our web pages for these keywords in order to secure more traffic from our competitors. We can also use tools like SEMrush to see how we stack up against competitors in terms of securing traffic in general from search engine results pages. If we find that we're significantly lagging behind competitors, which fortunately right now we're not, but if we find that we are in the future, we may need to consider other search strategies like paid search advertising. Now, all of this analysis is ultimately about improving our ability to meet our business objectives and improve our outcomes through macro conversions. We can use action dashboards to provide insight on and recommendations for how to improve KPIs for our 3 macro conversions. To give an idea of what this will look like, this slide shows the action dashboard for ebook viewer conversion rate in Q4 2016, segmented by acquisition channel. Now, as you can see, this KPI is in the yellow status because while our quarterly conversion rate is increasing, it is doing so very slowly, and we actually saw a slight decrease in conversion rate from November to December. Other things to note are that while organic search is our top acquisition channel, it has the lowest channel conversion rate for this KPI. Conversely, while social media is the lowest ranked acquisition channel, it has the highest channel conversion rate for this KPI. To improve KPI performance, I recommend that we plan a social media marketing campaign for fall 2017 to increase social media acquisition, since this channel has such a high conversion rate. I also recommend that we analyze terms with high search volume but low conversion rate to determine collection weaknesses and target collection development around topics in high demand. Finally, I recommend that we analyze pages with high entrance rates from organic search that also have high bounce rates to identify opportunities for page optimization to increase organic search conversion rate. So, to sum up from all of my research, my recommendations for BHL regarding web analytics are: take advantage of our new strategic plan to infuse a culture of metrics into the organization. Once we have all of our KPIs defined, we should create Google Analytics dashboards for each business objective so that we can at a glance see the health of our KPI metrics. We should implement a plan for A/B testing and an on-site survey, starting with the recommendations I gave in this presentation, to continually optimize for conversions. We should use tools like SEMrush and Site Analyzer to identify ways to enhance our organic search performance in relation to competitors. And finally, we should create action dashboards for our critical few outcome KPIs and present these to the executive committee quarterly. This will help us identify action steps that can improve our performance around the main objectives of our website. Thank you very much for your time.